You can't possibly do a great work without faith. Whether it be in art or in life, the greatest thing a human soul ever does in this world is to see something and tell what it saw in a plain way. A modest, sensible, and well-behaved person seldom fails to make a friend, for the qualities that make one lovable are so obvious that they cannot be overlooked. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. The important thing in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it. The way to preserve the peace of the church is to preserve its purity. It is the province of knowledge to speak, and it is the privilege of wisdom to listen. Take charge of your life, the tiniest spark, and set a world on fire. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Ideas are the source of all things. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. The first duty of a man is the seeking after and the investigation of truth. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening. When you would rather have talked, a man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. The true measure of a man is not what he dreams, but what he aspires to be. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Character is destiny. Do not be content with showing friendship in words alone. Let your heart burn with loving kindness for all who may cross your path. To be what we are, and to become what we are capable of becoming, is the only end of life. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A man may learn wisdom even from a foe. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The hardest part of doing nothing is knowing when you're finished. It is the mind that makes the body. The greatest gift is a portion of thyself. Give me beauty in the inward soul. May the outward and the inward man be at one. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. To find a friend, one must close one eye to keep him. 2. We live in deeds, not yours, in thoughts, not breaths, in feelings, not in figures on a dial. The soul is unwillingly deprived of truth.